Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is my granny era. Today I am doing the March of the Mammoths tag. It is almost the end of March. I'm hoping to squeeze this one in before we hit April 1st. But it has been a fun March and I did participate in March of the Mammoths and I did finish my mammoth book. And I was tagged for this tag by Debs. Yeah, actually because I just asked her to. I told her in the comment section of her March of the Mammoths tag video that I had not yet been tagged for this one, so she very sweetly tagged me in particular, and so yeah, I figured I probably better do it. This was originally created by Jim at Jim Books Reading and Stuff, so thank you Jim, thank you Debs. Let's get into the questions. There are 10 questions. The last one is to tag some people. I don't know, by the time you guys watch this, March is going to be done. So if you want to do this one or you want to just do it late, do it. And be sure to tag me so I can come back and see everything you had to say. Watch everything you had to say. Listen, you get it. Listen to everything you had to say. All right, number 1. Are you currently reading a mammoth? I am not currently reading a mammoth because I have finished my mammoth. This was New York by Edward Rutherford. 860-ish? 860, probably 862 pages. I loved it. It was a fantastic story. I talk all about it in my March mid-month wrap-up, which if I remember, I will put up here for you guys to watch. But it was a great book. Yes, great book. I would definitely recommend it for March of the Mammoths or any other time. Number 2, what is the biggest book you have ever read? The biggest book I've ever read is by the same author, Edward Rutherford. It's his book on London, and it came in at 1,124 pages. I guarantee I have never read anything that big besides that book. And again, I loved it. I loved it enough to tackle another one of his mammoths, right? And I hope to read every one that he has written because he's just a fantastic storyteller. All right, number 3, what is the smallest book you have read? So the smallest book that I have read that I believe was kind of like marketed to adults was this book by Susanna Clarke, The Wood at Midwinter. This book is 60 pages, and a lot of them are like this, where you got an illustration and a sentence. Some of them are 2 pages of illustrations with a sentence. Right? So beautiful illustrations and a sweet story too, but pretty short. And I don't know if it was worth 20 bucks, but you know, this is Susanna Clarke. All right, number 4, is the size of a book intimidating? Yeah, most of the time. I don't know if intimidating. Size isn't the number one thing that intimidates me, I'll say that. But it's a turnoff mostly because I want to just read a ton of books, right? And so I'm like, I only have this many hours left in my life and there's only this many books and it takes me this many hours to read this many books. And so therefore, you know, I want to get through them. And I've watched those videos where people are like, that's a horrible way to approach reading and you shouldn't make these number goals and all that. And I'm like, it's my reading choices. Like, that's what I want to do. Leave me alone. I want to read as much as I can. So when I get to these big fat books, I'm like, that's going to take me New York took me 10 days. I read 10 days. I read this book. And I could have read way more than 862 pages in 10 days, right? But it was just one of those things where, I don't know, did I need a break? I'm not exactly sure why it took me 10 days, but it did. It's fine, but it's not that it intimidates me as much as it kind of like puts it on the back burner. Like, I'll probably get to that one of these days, but it's so huge, and I'd rather take my week reading these, 4 or 5 books than that one big chunker. Now that's probably going to change as this season of my life goes away and I chill out a little bit or something, but for this season of my life, I don't really go for the really big reads. Number 5, is size a consideration when deciding what to read next? I just answered all of that, sorry. There you go. That's number 5 as well. Number 6, how many pages long is the book that you are reading now? All right now I am reading Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. By the time you watch this video, I will have been done with it. But this book has, as I'm flipping through, look, this book is like whacked out there at the end. See how it's, ugh, the end of this book is weird. I hope it's not missing anything. I never realized that because I've never read this version before. So the page numbers are actually cut off towards the back of this. Ooh, not good. Let's see what Goodreads has to say. All right, Goodreads says that it's 358 pages. And I have several other versions of this in the house, so if the text is cut off, I can switch to another one. I wanted to read this one because I adore Tasha Tudor's illustrations, and this one was illustrated by her. So that's why I picked it, but I might have to find another copy that's not all wonky in the back. All right, number 7. What is the average length of the books you read? I would say probably around 350 pages. Probably 300 for April because I have a bunch of really thin ones coming up. But so I would say 350 for the most part. Number 8, do you think humans will bring back mammoths from extinction? Who says they're extinct, huh? How do you know that there's not some mammoths hiding out somewhere in some cave somewhere? You don't know that. So if mammoths are actually extinct, then I'm okay with us bringing them back. I'll talk about that for number 9 because number 9 is, do you think that they should? I'm only okay with us bringing back mammoths if we can provide a place for them where they will thrive, right? So can we provide a place for them to live that is a proper environment for them where they can be nourished and they can, you know, live in the proper climate for, you know, how their bodies are or whatever. Like if we can do it in a way that is humane, then I think it would be pretty cool to bring them back if they're extinct in the first place. I don't necessarily have a problem with, you know, the idea of bringing back an animal like that. But I really have a problem if somebody did that with a human. So yeah, I think that's a bad idea. But mammoths, it'd be kind of cool. All right, number 10, tag some people. Everybody's tagged, but I also totally understand if nobody wants to do it, right? Because we're at the end of March. It's been a great March. March of the Mammoths was a great experience. All the other March events were great experiences. I'm so glad that I participated. I had a super fun March. Hope you guys did too. Let me know, what do you think about mammoths? Should we bring them back? Hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you soon. Bye.